6:30, we continue to follow up on one of our top stories on the First Alert 4 News app. Reckless disregard. Area officers accused of failing to act in cases of tragic death. Now, an attorney for one of those officers is fighting back against the allegations, calling them abhorrent. First Alert 4 Chief Investigator Lauren Traeger updates her investigation that has a lot of people talking tonight.
I recorded this, I've been trying to record this for about 2 weeks, guys. I probably recorded 2 or 3 times. I'm kind of liking the idea of doing these audios with y'all hearing the background noise. So I'm gonna try this out in a few videos just so y'all are aware. I'm Trailhand Bill reporting live from South Florida. If you're new here, that is something you get used to. We watch the video, and when that's done, I give my opinion about it. So if you only want to see the video, nobody will be upset with you if you leave when it's over. It's a reason it took me a lot of time and energy to record. Let's see what they got going on in St. Louis, man.
That's right. Last week we told you about this idea of reckless disregard, with the state now accusing some police officers of failing their duties to serve and protect. But now one of those officers' attorneys says this should be a wake-up call to the public and to law enforcement. Please. That was one of Michelle Anders' last words. Shortly before midnight in July last year, not far from the Arkansas border, Dunklin County Sheriff's Deputy Joseph Philpott, seen on video, and his partner were dispatched when Anders was seen lying near the road.
You need an ambulance first and foremost?
No, I've been there, done that.
Obscured from view, Anders tells him she'd been beaten.
Okay.
I'm trying to get away from him because...
Who's him?
The person who did this to me, okay?
She tells them she has no phone. In his report, Deputy Philpott says she told him she did not have any money. He told her the nearest town was a few miles away.
Would you guys mind just dropping off here?
Our policy normally is we don't give rides, but let me check something real quick.
In a whispered side conversation, Philpott asks Deputy Nicholas Cobb.
Really? He said she walked from Little Rock to here.
She can walk. Okay. Stay off this white line, or you're probably gonna get run over. There's another gas station up the road about 2 miles. So
can you please take me there?
We can't give you a ride. I don't have enough room to put all your stuff in my car.
Please.
I don't have nowhere to put your stuff.
13 minutes after they leave her, this haunting image from a semi-truck's camera. Michelle sitting in the middle of the road, making no attempt to get up. And the semi hits her. Michelle Anders' sister now wanting those 2 deputies held accountable.
My sister didn't want to die. She was not suicidal. I mean, even in jail, you get phone calls. Even in jail, you get water. They left her with absolutely no hope.
Do you think she would be alive today if they had helped her?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Because she would have called me, and I would have driven 1,000,000 miles to get her.
Did they fail to protect and serve?
Yes, they did, totally. I mean, who are they protecting? They didn't protect my sister, and she's dead because of them.
Missouri's Attorney General now accusing the deputies of a gross deviation from the standard of care. Last month, they filed a complaint asking to formally discipline Cobb and Philpott's peace officer licenses. The complaint says the deputies acted with, quote, reckless disregard for Michelle's life by leaving her on the side of the major thoroughfare at night, despite knowing that she was a potential domestic violence victim, severely injured, and intoxicated. They failed to summon medical assistance, the complaints say, didn't provide her with appropriate resources, and didn't transport her to a place of safety.
There are no domestic violence shelters in Dunklin County. There are no social workers. There's nowhere for him to have taken this lady.
Russ Oliver now represents Deputy Philpott. He says they had no reason to believe Anders was intoxicated, and she refused medical service. He says deputies cannot give every person a ride in a county that covers hundreds of square miles.
It's some extreme armchair quarterbacking that we're doing to these officers, and it's wholly inappropriate. It's not fair to them. In the situation that they were in that night, what they did was a reasonable a course of action.
Philpott, he says, is a dedicated public servant who had no reason to believe Anders would hurt herself.
I think that it's abhorrent that the Department of Public Safety would even consider reprimanding him for this.
At the very least, she was clearly intoxicated. You could tell that from the body camera footage. They should never have left her on the side of the road like that.
But former St. Louis County Police Chief and current police consultant Tim Fitch reviewed the full body camera and says the call was mishandled.
And even if she refused an ambulance, that doesn't mean you don't call one anyway. You call an ambulance over, let them evaluate her, and if she is not able to look after herself, you could take her into protective custody if you have to, if she refuses to. That's done all the time.
And what does that look like? What does that mean?
Typically on a protective custody, if you find someone in an intoxicated condition, they can't take care of themselves, like in this case, she said she didn't need an ambulance, you could take them into custody and typically take them to the county jail, or in some places there are like detox centers, hospitals where you could take them to.
Fitch says he thinks disciplinary proceedings are appropriate.
I think they made a conscious decision that they just didn't want to deal with it for whatever reason. I don't know the reason for that, but they left her roadside, and we see how that ended up, which is a tragic situation.
They had absolutely no basis for protective custody, a 96-hour hold, or to arrest her for anything. So if they would have followed that expert's advice, they would have a civil lawsuit on their hands.
But both Philpott and Cobb's attorneys say they plan to fight the allegations. A hearing is set for both in February. Oliver says, though tragic, Anders ultimately decided to end her life.
Not to sound crass or heartless, but if they had done exactly what the state of Missouri is saying that they should have done, the likelihood is they would have only changed the location of her suicide.
We will certainly keep following their administrative cases as they move forward. Now, these are only disciplinary hearings on their peace officers' licenses. There are no civil lawsuits at this time in Anders' death. And even Fitch says the law often protects officers from being responsible civilly or criminally when they fail to act. But this isn't the only case involving this disciplinary claim of reckless disregard. We also uncovered a case of two St. Louis police officers who found a man shot in the head but still breathing and decided just to leave the scene. We have that full story on our First Alert 4 news app. I'm Lauren Traeger. First Alert 4 investigates.
U-Rod, I'm gonna call him U-Rod because he got a crazy name, fam. He from Puerto Rico. He was 29. Rest in peace, Michelle. I was looking for her age. They were making it very difficult for me to find it, but I did find some more pictures of her. This is where I tell you guys what I already said in the introduction. If you're new here, man, we will only be listening to my voice from this point on, so you're welcome to stay, you're welcome to leave. But I told your ass, so don't stay and get introduced to some more of my character. I mean, if you introduce me to an unpleasant side, unflattering side of yours. So, U-Rod, man, let's start there since we didn't cover his story and the young lady with all that damn makeup on, because I was like, she kind of pretty, and you know, to each their own, family. It's some shit you don't prefer in life too. For me, I'm not necessarily into a bunch of makeup. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I hate the person. I'm just saying, I know some of y'all sensitive motherfuckers out there. But yeah, I was about to say she kind of cute. I seen all that damn makeup. I ain't really with that. His mama, man, his mama did not say a lot, man. They say he moved over here from Puerto Rico after he found a job online. He was dealing with some depression and, you know, other issues, mental health, I think, if I remember correctly. You know, the print articles will be in the pinned comment and or description. You can read it yourself. But he came over here after finding a job, and you know, they were trying to get some information from his mom, but she was too heartbroken, man. Mom wasn't for nothing, man. You can understand, right? They didn't say much about the rest of his family. So, if I remember correctly, now don't hold on. I had to make sure, man, because y'all know we was just in Long Beach and they killed Brandon out there. He was dealing with some mental health issues, and he called the cops on himself and said, "I'm over here with the gun." Same thing U-Rod did, man. U-Rod called 911 and said, "I'm gonna take my own life." 2 cops, man. 2 cops. That's why I say get your ass out of here if you don't want him to be talking, because a default deserve these stories to be told. 2 cops came to the scene. One of the cowards said to the other coward, man, we not dealing with this. They said, I think maybe leaning against a tree or something, bleeding, gunshot wound, but he's still alive. These heroes say, we're not taking this shit. Literally, I mean, if somebody's lying to the journalist who put it in the article, not me. So they leave, spin the block, they wait till one of their other homeboys come to the call, then they come back around like they weren't already there before. This man passed away a week before. Is it a week, 2 weeks before? No, I think a week before he passed away, he had been admitted to maybe a mental health hospital, psychiatric hospital or something for 2 days for suicidal thoughts. Before he died, he left a note, I think they said too. Feel free to fact check me. I'm getting this information from the print article. He also paid his rent for the rest of the year, I think they said. He paid his lease or the rest of the lease out. Like, he has a roommate. Like, this is what's going through this man's mind while he's struggling with depression and mental health for years. And before he takes his own life, he has the wherewithal. Like, I don't know what he was thinking. I'll insert something here. I ain't gonna leave my people hanging. So he just pays the rent, knowing he's not even gonna be there. If they're lying, it's not me. Man, his final moments, he reached out to the cops for help. And they literally came, seen him dying, and left and let him die. A lot I want to say about that situation. So much I want to say about that situation. U-Rod took his own life. Or did he? Michelle, mother of 2, according to her sister. I don't know what type of cowardice runs through the minds of men and women. I do want to say, rest in peace to Michelle, but ladies, and you may have nothing to do with this, there is an energy, a gender energy in the air where maybe 40 or 50 years, 60, 70 years ago, of course, chivalry, men yielding to women, men rushing to women's rescue, yeah, it was a given thing. It was a common thing. It was damn near birthright. And I think that's why a lot of the ladies of this generation still feel entitled to it. But unfortunately, also in that energy, there's a mixture of, hey, a lot of false accusations. And women saying things happen to them. They've been victimized by men when it isn't so. And because something else that mixed in that energy is that we believe women no matter what they say, and them making the accusations is proof. Men also have to guard themselves. We have to guard ourselves. So there are a lot of situations that we may have rushed into once again 50, 60, 70 years ago. Like guiding a lady home in the middle of the night to make sure she gets there safe. I have to think about my safety in that situation now. What the hell am I going to do when she tells the world that I did something to her because I stopped to make sure she got home safe, and I have no proof that I didn't, and she has no proof that I did, but believe women. Sounds crazy, huh? No, you crazy. Because I cover real stories where men did things like that and ended up in prison because of it. And later on, it was found out that the bitch lied. I'm saying that to say, hey, I'm going somewhere with this damn story, but don't think I'm not considering every aspect of it. I wouldn't automatically tell no man, definitely not no man I love, but I'm literally saying no man, boy, just because you see a woman on the side of the road and she this and she that, boy, that shit ain't automatically got nothing to do with you. Think of yourself as well. I didn't say first when I could have said first. I said as well. So now, what we not doing is putting ourselves in no damn situation because a female we know nothing about. Men have died intervening in domestic situations that they knew nothing about. They just want to be a damn hero for a woman. I just covered a story where the deputy down here in Florida lost his life like that. That lady ain't gonna do a damn thing for your family. She not gonna do a damn thing for your family, much less come close to replacing you. So think about yourself as well, gentlemen. That hero chivalry shit is out the damn window because these women who will and these women who won't are not walking around with dots on their damn head to let us know. So think of yourself as well. Now, what do we do in that situation? We on the side of the damn road. And I'm gonna mix the cop angle and just as a human being. I'm not just talking about men. I started to say I don't know what kind of cowardice runs through men and women. So we on the side of the road. But women don't have as much to worry about in the way of false accusations in that situation. Women ain't gonna lie and say a woman did something to her as much as women lie and say men did something to her. So what do I do in that situation? I have to think of myself as well. Man, I got a homeboy right now. Every damn thing I just told y'all, matter of fact, all of them, but the main one I'm talking about, everything I just told y'all, he knows that about me. He knows if I seen it, he could tell you probably what I'm about to tell you. We know each other that well. Number one, I'm about to make sure this ain't no damn setup. I ain't crazy. Your ass might be crying on the side of the road. So your homeboy that y'all, that it's happened too many times. Men have lost their life in that situation. Everybody gonna stop for a damsel in distress. As soon as you stop, you ain't watching your back because you focused on being the captain saver, and now her partners that came out the damn woods and robbed your ass. So first and foremost, I'm thinking of me. I gotta make sure this shit ain't no damn setup. And once I'm comfortable that it's not, if it isn't, then I'm seeing what's going on with Shorty. And then when she talking about getting in the cars, no, we ain't no getting in, you crazy, you done lost your damn mind. You ain't, okay, so where we going next? You ain't got nobody you can call? Like, where your people at? And it's 2024. That's what I'm saying. What kind of cowardice runs through you? I've seen cops I give them this, in Florida there, I don't know if the dude was homeless or what, but homie said, hey, you said you were gonna buy me the Burger King lunch next time you see me. The cop said, you know what, he was finna leave, like, you know what, I did say that. Went over there and bought him. It's 2024, cowards. It didn't cross y'all mind to, hey, for whatever reason, y'all didn't want to let that young lady in your vehicle. It didn't cross your mind. Hey, how much is an Uber gonna cost you, big dog? It's two of y'all out there. That's where that selflessness comes in, that we be like, nah. And it's easy to point at these cops, but we be doing shit like this, but I ain't gonna go down that rabbit hole. I'm gonna stay on these cowards. Be they had been men or women out there. There are too many damn options. Okay, sure, you ain't got nobody you can call. Where your people at? All right, bim. They said they could tell. I'm sorry, former chief of police, now who the hell ever you are, I couldn't tell that lady was drunk. She seemed to be very distraught, but I couldn't tell she was drunk. Now, maybe some of you could too, but I would wager that everybody looking at that damn video ain't gonna automatically suggest that this young lady was drunk, as this chief, I mean, I didn't. When he said it, I was kind of like taken aback, like, what? I seen the distraughtness. I didn't necessarily see intoxicated. But do you got people? You ain't got no folk? Okay, boom. You say you got something going on with your people? What they didn't say in this video is that the domestic violence incident that I know nothing about, and they didn't go into great detail about, that she's alleging, didn't happen this night. If somebody's lying, it's not me, it's them. She had been admitted into a hospital and got out. She had like swollen, I couldn't see any of this in the video. The chief said he could see it too. She had swollen, facial something on her face, and I think like a broken shoulder or bone or somewhere like that. So she was scarred up now. Where it came from, I don't know, but I'm just saying, I want to be clear. According to the articles, that didn't happen that night. So when all of that happened, she said, I'm trying to get away. That seems to be very real as far as her going through something. I don't, it's a whole nother conversation. So, like I say, once again, you say you got that going on. You say you ain't got no people, because one of these options is going to hit. And next thing that's going to occur to me is Uber. But worst case scenario, family, and I mean worst case scenario, I'm telling my partner, hey, boy, I got something on the side of the, I got to handle this. This is a serious situation. I need you to come and rock out with me. See what I'm saying? And some people would say, well, she can say it to both. Ain't nowhere in hell. Because I guarantee you another thing that I didn't mention, and I'm remiss from that. At some point, way back in this damn story, in my explanation of how this situation could have been handled better, and I don't think I'm being high-minded when I say any of this, because some of y'all probably got even better options than I'm coming up with. But way back in that story, when I started explaining how I would potentially handle it, my ass would have pulled out my phone and started recording. And my partner, he would have been there to either keep recording or record, you know what I'm saying? Or drive while I record. We making sure everything in this shit get documented. Ain't nobody lying about nothing. So, me being a civilian, non-law enforcement, no training whatsoever, I ain't never worked for the damn government in my life, I could think of those things. And all you cowards could do was slide to the corner to whisper and then come back and say, you can't fit all of her bags. And you didn't see the look in that lady's eyes. You didn't see the energy that I felt emanate from her from the phone when she looked at y'all ass and said, please. Now, I want to reiterate this. I'm not one who's fooled by every crying, lying ass woman. But every woman who's crying ain't lying, and she needs help. And it's not just women, it's people, period. These are the lenses in which we need to see men, women, and children through. Yeah, man, hell yeah. Sometimes you need to inconvenience yourself for other human beings, even when it ain't got a damn thing to do with you. That is why God put us here. And I mean, the key to the puzzle is that's exactly what you would want human beings to do for you or your loved ones, should that need be the case. Especially when you're a coward cop. Both of these stories are in Missouri. Now, they're not close by. I don't think, besides being part of that gang-banging, gunslinging terrorist organization, they have any real affiliations. But it's very ironic that they're happening in both states, in the same state. I'm sorry. And I would wager to say this isn't the first time that this has happened in America. And we it probably happens. I know another story where it happened in Chicago, or Illinois, I'm sorry, but specifically Chicago. But this probably happens much more often than we hear about. And I'm glad, and I don't know who it is, but I'm glad somebody in the government is saying we need some attention on this. That is a very low bar, though, I have to admit. Those first cops, I definitely think that they contributed to that young lady's murder. I definitely think it took some cowardice from that lawyer to say they would have only extended or substituted the place in which she died. But you don't know what would have happened if they would have took that lady to where she was going that day. They didn't make her sit in that road. They're not God. They didn't have any inclination that I know of that she was going to sit in that damn road. But you know what they did do? They failed at their duty. They were very derelict. They were criminally derelict at their damn duties. I'm not going to say too much. I'm going to end up sounding stupid, man. But I tried to pace myself in this video so I didn't express myself with the amount of frustration that I felt watching this story and hearing about U-Rod's story unfold. And read that print article where they say they couldn't even really rock with his mom to get no information because mom was too heartbroken to even talk about it. She didn't want nothing to do with it. These people lean on the cops for help. In one scenario, the cops left them to die. I'm being very careful about my opinion of how I say this. In one scenario, the cops left this young man to die. 29 years old. He called him for a reason. I don't think it was because he wanted to die or for them to leave him to die. In the other situation, I'm not going to say they left her to die. I'm going to say they helped kill her. And in my estimation, they ass need to be charged in the highest degree. The same way they're celebrated for doing not a damn thing. They ass need to be charged in the highest degree. That's murder, man. Rest in peace to Michelle. Rest in peace to you, Rod. This was a different trailhead video, because by now you'd be screaming and cussing. Y'all be good. I really just keep thinking about that young man having the wherewithal and the consideration, the courtesy to pay his damn rent, even though he knew his ass wasn't even gonna be alive to benefit from it. And on the other hand, we can't even trust cops to be courteous enough to do their damn job, to do the shit that they get celebrated for when they don't do a damn thing. Mostly when I cover these stories, man, I'm blown away by how heartless, inhumane, disrespectful, and inconsiderate they are. Yeah. And somehow people still see them as automatic heroes, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think, if you care to, about the background noise in the videos. It's a beautiful day out here, man. God is in control. It's unfortunate how many innocent Americans aren't here to experience it because of these. Thank you if you made it this far. If you liked the video, feel free to hit that thumbs up button. I greatly appreciate it. If you care to go a little further than that, maybe even subscribe, hit the notification bell. Check out a few of the other videos on the channel. Either way, y'all be safe.